What a oh my fucking god, dude, I just got here! Dude, it just pulled down my pants! Don't suck my cock! I don't know what the fuck that metaphor is. I'm gonna stop talking forever now. Hello, heads! Welcome to Limbussing Company. What a historical day. What an unprecedented day. What are we doing? We are pulling. Are we for real? We are for real. What the fuck do you mean, are we for real? Of course we're for real. We're real. Pants are allowed? Oh man, I can't be on stream. Yeah, we're for real. I did the vote. The vote, most people wanted, the majority of people wanted LA stream. So we're for real. Do you want me to curse your luck today? I'd rather not. But thanks for the offer. Can you make a spoiler warning message? Goddamn, game quiet. Misk? Oh.
이제 와서 그걸 파낸다 한들 무엇도 남지 않아 텅 비어 있을 뿐이다.
We have one thing to do first. Well then. Okay. I have money if I need. I have money if I desperately need it. There's no point in delaying, to be honest. Let's just get into it. There's gotta be a few of these. We're gonna be doing this for a hot second. There's no point in delaying. I believe. Well, motherfucker. Okay, bitch. Okay, who is this? Who is this? Who am I mad at? Ishmael, fuck you! Fuck you, Ishmael. Goddamn. Fuck you, Ishmael. God. Shit, man. Oh, okay. Okay, dude. Okay. Yes, I've cleared the pullable egos. I did that a long time ago, actually. Okay, fuck you, you saying fuck you, Ishmael. Temple. Okay, now we're getting into... Oh. The game isn't working. Oh. It doesn't want me to spend anything. That's because it was loading the, that ego. 4. I know there's only 3 pullable ones. 4. Oh! Okay! Number 1! Yes! Yes! That's my husband! That's my fucking husband! Oh yeah! Woo! That's my fucking husband right there. Oh my god. Still waiting on that fight to the death? Hey, I'm not going to him because that's sad. Yeah, so we didn't get anything else. I said I needed one thing. Men want one thing, and it's disgusting. Husband. Am I even willing to spend money on anything else? You'll never get them if you don't. Don't try to FOMO me, dude. Don't try to FOMO me. I know the fucking fall-throughs of FOMO in the game industry. There's huge fucking ethical concerns with FOMO. But I'm not gonna get into that. Let's do this first. Oh my goodness. I have a headache from yelling Gregor's name so loud. That's what I do in the bedroom chat. I'm dying. They're killing me tomorrow. I got all I literally all I need, dude. Men want one thing, and it's disgusting. Just in case I actually pull his. I won't. Hooray!
기뻤던 일도
Let me check my wallet. Doing pretty good for money wise. I'm gonna do this story first, I think. I wanna get this though. Like my priorities were Gregor, Honglu, Faust. It was Gregor up here, Honglu, Faust. How much does Faust actually do for? Look at the passive for Faust. Heal self from one ally. Yeah. It's not outright better than Fluid Sac. Yeah, I wanna get Honglu farm more than I do Faust. But let's do story. Let's just get into fucking story. I've got the big thing. I got the big thing over and done with. Normal and hard off the bat. Okay, dude. We're bokgacking in the same fucking thing. That's fucking ominous. I like Jichun Mail, to be fair, but not that much. Yeah. I fucking love my funny bullet. Is he my favorite? No. But let's just go with him anyway.
군주군의 밥 연료는
지정 보호 구역의 소요 사태 확인.
내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
Oh, don't worry about needing redo. Oh, that's cool. I was exploring a lobotomy corporation branch when my consciousness sinks into the depths. The sense of cognition, itself a concept without thought form, floats into the shadow of an ever-widening river. River swept up in its currents to nowhere. Just remember the build a team that can actually use Gregorigo. I'm not here to use the Gregorigo, to be fair. That's Mirror Dungeons. When ran into an abnormality, but Salda told us that Hongyon's Lobotomy Corp branch should be free of any abnormalities. The abnormality, which had appeared out of nowhere, was more otherworldly than any we'd encountered so far in our journey, and deep blue. It was fathomlessly blue. And seemed to have a pull that endlessly drew us into itself. Just as I was about to recall this abnormality, a myriad of sceneries and a flood of incalculable thoughts crashed into my mind like wild waves before ebbing away from its shores. Bluish star, you fuck! I was already lost and adrift somewhere in my own consciousness when I realized this. Just how long am I going to be adrift? The sensation of my own consciousness floating away is quite unfamiliar one. I floated about in that strange state for a while. An unfamiliar voice seizes my aimlessly drifting consciousness. Are you Dante? The fog of my vision clears as the voice breaks through the waves, and a concerned expression comes into view. Yes, I am. Ah! What a relief! Gregor! I think Dante has come too! My son? My husband. Not my son. Who is my son in PM? Probably Sinclair, if anyone. Virgilius! Virgilius, is that you? Oh, why? I was about to ask further questions to this stranger with particularly long, animal-like ears, but... I felt the drowsiness coursing back with the terrifying memories of the dream, rendering me unable to speak. I have to get a hold of myself. After an indeterminate amount of time had passed, I barely managed to wake myself from slumber to get a grasp of my surroundings, but only to find myself surrounded by unfamiliarities. Looking awfully painted there, Dante. There was that stranger from earlier, sitting atop a rock and silently taking in the sights. A young girl who probably saved my life. Wait, so were those animal ears after all? Okay, that's not important right now. I have to I mean, she probably just took a Heishu bolus, let's be real. I have to prioritize figuring out where in the world I ended up in. So, we're standing by Iberian coastline. How are you feeling? A little out of it, but I'm okay otherwise. Iberia? Huh? Yes, we're in Iberia. Well, given that we're next to an ocean, maybe I drifted along the way to U-Corp's Great Lake? Iberia was an unfamiliar name, but that was all I had to go on, given the city was still full of more unknowns than knowns to me. I radioed your colleagues when you briefly woke up earlier. They'll be here any minute. I see. Wait, my colleagues? You must have run into the sinners then. The fog of my mind immediately clears as soon as I realize that the sinners were all nowhere to be seen. Sinners? I think so. I ran into them earlier. They were looking all over the place for someone with a collab for their head. Chat, next crossover is Uma Musume. In the universe, G Corp is a gambling corp and it specializes in horse races. Every sinner was modified to become horse. Why did you fucking... No spoilers! Bitch! Oh, I've got a ping. Oh... It was a pretty unique description, so I could tell right away that you were the person they were looking for. No, in reality, the next crossover event is one where we all get stuck in the void. Including you, the player! So this clockhead does come in handy. Manager bud! Dante! I'd woken up in an unfamiliar place to an unfamiliar face, and in the midst of this all-around sense of displacement, the faces that appeared before me were certainly a sight for sore eyes. Gregor! Hong Lu! Miss Rabbit here told me she found you unconscious by the ocean. And I came as fast as I could and oh boy, I was worried that something bad might have happened. Glad to see you're doing fine. Were you lost at sea? I don't know. Well, I do think I'm fine though. I guess not having any way to drink water's finally come in handy. You should get that checked out, just in case. Wait, your head's waterproof, right? Gregor takes a moment to steady his breathing, then mutters a casual quip as he lights his cigarette. Well, he doesn't seem that concerned. Maybe we're not actually in much danger. So, what happened? Where are we? Do you remember entering that lobotomy corp branch Ji-Chun told us about? Yeah. Went into a new abnormality there. I got sucked into it before we even had the chance to do anything. Man, I really thought that was it for us. Especially with you getting sucked in there too, Manager Bud. But when we came to, despite waking up with our faces down in some ditch, we were all fine without a scratch. Though there was quite a mess when we realized you'd gone missing. We wanted to search for you immediately, but it took a while before we got better bearing on where we were. Oh, so we're not at U-Corp's Great Lake? Some of us considered that to be a distinct possibility, but it's unlikely. Ishmael was certain we weren't in District 21. She did concede that we might be in an unknown area within the Great Lake of the outskirts, but that doesn't seem to be likely either, given what the rabbit-eared lady there said. We might already be in the void. The stream is flickering? Oh. Oh no. Oh god, it is. Are we back? Are we back? Hello, hello, can you read me? Hello! Oh my god, hi! Oh my god! Greg, please give us a sign. I could read chat, don't worry. There's no point I can't read chat. Unless everything breaks. Unless everything breaks. I've got another ping! Everything okay? How old are you? How are you angry? Who killed you, bitch? This isn't fucking Phasmophobia. I'm alive! But like, unironically, like, is everything working? Is it okay? I can't tell. Things look stable to you. Cool. Just double checking. We said the entire node to be safe? Nah. What part did it break? Look, the recording's still working, so the VOD will be up. Yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks good on my end, but it says I have 0 viewers, which is a lie. What the fuck? Oh, it says this is... Wait. Oh! Oh, everything seems to be fixing. Ah! Hello! Hi! Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, we're actually back now. Cool. She did concede that we might be in an unknown area within the Great Lake of the outskirts, but that doesn't seem really likely either, given what the rabbit ear lady said there. The outskirts region of the Great Lake. I met all kinds of people from all over Terra, but I've never met anyone who referred to the Iberian Sea that way. Terra? Iberia? As I found myself puzzled by these unfamiliar terms, a very obvious question suddenly struck me. Speaking of which, who are you? Oh, really? You Frailers haven't introduced yourselves to each other yet? The librarian! The librarian! See? Holy shit! Oh! Live storytelling in the Discord. Hello, Jack the Horse. I say hello, Dragon. Hello, Galchop. Hello, Kastalker. Welcome. You can go, chat. No content. He managed to pull the horse. I'm gonna go refill my water. It's the wrong button. I'm back. Bye-bye. Hello. Hi. You think that Dante and the Doctor will have gay sex in this one? Dante's too they, them to ever have gay sex. Or maybe it's always gay, because everything in Project Moon is gay. Even if it were with a woman, it'd be lesbian. Yes. It's homosexual because of vibes. Isn't sex with a non-binary person automatically gay? It's something, man. It's based off vibes of the relationship, I think. So I think this would be gay. It's just that... it's just a lot to take in. It's understandable. You did wake up from a pretty harrowing experience. She is a... actually, would you like to do the honors yourself? I'm Amia, the leader of Rhodes Island. Please, just call me Amia. Yeah, I wasn't going to call you Amia, the leader of Rhodes Island. Don't worry. I'm Dante, manager of the Limbussing company. I know I'm late, but thanks for saving my bacon. Seems as this Radio Island... Gregor, Radio Island is a pretty big corporation, huh? Gregor trails off ominously and scratches his head before continuing with mild trepidation. This young lady with the rabbit ears doesn't know what the head is at all. As far as I know, there aren't any organizations in Terra with the same characteristics as the one Mr. Gregor explained. At least not with a name like the Head. Sorry, it's Rhodes Island, not Radio. Sorry, Gregor's kind of bad with names. So, what you're saying is that we're not in the city anymore. It'd be weird for any higher-ups at these huge corporations to know less about the Head than we do, let alone be completely clueless about it. Well, maybe we've tumbled into a previously undiscovered zone of the outskirts of the ruins. Probably. Or maybe we've really found ourselves in a completely different world. If their conjecture is correct, we're in way bigger trouble than I thought. This wasn't like the time we accidentally stranded ourselves in the outskirts via a door in the corridor. Amia stared at me with some concern, as though she felt my distress. I think I could draw a connection to something else that's been happening here. Really? Yes, recently. See, Dante, you haven't yet questioned the fact that she could just understand you. Yeah, do we know why people can, because, I don't know, crossover magic? Numerous silent events have been occurring all over Iberia, ever since a mysterious dimensional port door appeared at sea. And it's been said that this dimensional door is connected to something very, very distant, to something we've never observed before. So listen, it's a long day for Dante. Spaghettification is a painful, not a painless process. It's been 10 minutes. It's been 30. Is non-binary and non-binary gay? No. They're just not having sex. I don't know. Susie got up. Arknights in horror watching all the sinners be sewn together from gore and entrails. Arknights is the only, as I've heard, Arknights is the only other like gacha that's sort of willing to be a bit violent every now and then and like a bit dark. Like at least to the extent that Limbus is, except it's not like to that extent. Actually, Limbus is still way darker. From what I've heard, I don't actually know a lot about Arknights, to be fair. Seems reasonable to theorize that the dimensional door is how we managed to cross over to this world. I really would have appreciated Faust's input. Where'd all the other sinners go, anyway? By the way, I do not have the privilege of sticking with you for the whole stream this time. Oh, man, what if I killed you? No, you good. A bit late on the uptake to be gawking around with the other sinners. For the other sinners now, don't you think? They're at a settlement near here, where they're all helping out with various odds and ends of the village, while taking turns searching for Dante, of course. You know, I never thought about how to... What the fuck was that noise?! Gregor! Something's up! Something is up! You know, Dragon keeps it going. Oh, he's just stretching. That's just noises that people make. That wasn't normal! Something is happening to Gregor's arm. Maybe he's shedding? I don't know. Well, clearly he's gonna be fucking unraveling his gift, given that we keep on unlocking Durante. And that one being more visceral than the other ones lends credence to this one. That one being more visceral lends credence to the idea that the other ones were more than just that. I scratched my beard before. It's not, it doesn't fucking, I've heard big bearded motherfuckers scratch their beard. It doesn't sound like that, especially with the tiny ass baby stubble that Gregor has. I don't give a shit, Dragon. You're stupid. You know what? I never thought about how difficult it would be to search for someone when we're like fish out of water. Man, barely even got a wink of sleep since yesterday. Everyone's got to be really tired then. So, it's just you two out here for now? No, Ishmael and Yusang are the other half of the search party, and we just happen to be the last group in the rotation. They must be searching elsewhere to find you, Manager Bud. We got the news early thanks to Amiya's comms gear, but the other teams didn't. Yeah, we got lucky. The other team, well, we don't have any way to get in touch with them, so they probably continue their search until their shift is done. Oh, are we talking about the village you mentioned earlier? Uh-huh, right. You've not been there yet, huh? I guess it's a bit off the beaten path. He's pregnant and giving birth. I'm just killing someone, dude. No, I'm stupid. Yeah, well, going to have to rendezvous with the other sinners anyway. So let's head to the village for now. Something seemed to pique Amiya's interest, as she fell into a contemplative silence before carefully speaking up. I would like to accompany you there. Sure, I don't see why not. You helped us find Manager Bud, and more importantly, you seem to know a lot more about this place than we do. I don't actually know Iberia too well either, but I should be able to be of some help. I'm going to father 100 plus Greglings? You know what? I'm happy. They've closed their borders and practically locked out any foreign influences from affecting them, but I did get a briefing before the mission. Closed borders, huh? Then how did you get in, Miss Amiya? We followed Delta Calcits? Yeah, Calcits. To become the first to dare to beat Mom to over 100. Bitch. Calcits directions and illegally cross the country's border. Illegally? Oh? Does that mean you crossed the border without obtaining any permission, Amiya? We had to cross the border somehow in order to investigate how and why the dimensional door came to be. Huh. Is it normal for pharmaceutical companies to be doing that? Large pharmaceutical companies often dispatch their agents for missions. Yes, Rhodes Island is, in essence, a pharmaceutical company researching treatments for people infected with oropathy. But we also work to prevent the assist in various management of various situations that occur in high-risk areas. High-risk areas, huh? Wait, what about your companions? I doubt you came all the way here on your own. We were forced to split up due to certain forces that were in pursuit. Wait, stop! Mia's ears twitched as she came to a stop and began scanning the surrounding area. My brain is crashing. Sorry, Chad. My brain is crashing, and do you want to know why? I went to uni, and then I went to get a coffee with my team, because we're doing more teamwork. I got a coffee, medium oat milk cappuccino, because I like oat milk. And then they gave me a free Starbucks iced coffee. And then they accidentally made a second coffee because they didn't realize that I already got my first. And just gave it to me for free. So I've had like 3 coffees. And I'm crashing. Then... there! As we stood about it confused, Emiya, noticing something, pointed out the seashore hidden behind a large and cragged rock formations. Imagine having coffee. It's good. Officially a rabbit. Fan joke socky. Fucking bean drinker? Are you trying to invent a slur for coffee drinkers, dude? I guarantee you coffee drinkers don't care. Slurs only work when the other party gives a shit. Bean drinker? Yeah, it tastes good. Leaf drinker? Yeah, true. Coffee is just dirty bean water, and tea is just dirty leaf water. And in fact, if we think about it, soup is just dirty slop. And soda is syrup water. And syrup is just fucking sugar. And water is water. This is why I drink Welch's. Dragon! Dragon, don't drink the purple! Dragon! What are we supposed to do? Huh? There, we saw someone wielding a lengthy greatsword. Bickering with 2 familiar faces. Again, move. You're in the way. Why do they have the fucking thigh cap? Hello? Why do they have that? Okay, the answer why is pretty obvious. It's necessary. Okay, dude. You needed warriors, you do. We had ample experience battling monsters who were much like them. Listen, I'm not worried. It's... Come on. Better have 3 fighters than 1, right? Besides, you're the first person we ran into out here. So, we've got a lot of questions to ask. You sang! Ishmael! Dante, you were unharmed. And here I was getting ready for a 3 days long search. What a relief. We were all really worried that we might never be able to find you. Belly button gap as well. That's why you drink cream cheese. Thy window is how you know we're not in the city. True. True, because Project Moon would not make a character design like that. No offense to Arknights. Fan service is fan service. Sometimes you need it. We managed to find him thanks to help of Miss Emiya here. Emiya? Are you two acquainted? Not a good time for a reunion. It can wait until after we take out the sea monsters. Scotty, are those organisms seaborns the cult mentioned? They're sea terrors, to be specific, the less sophisticated ones among them. And they're probably here for me. Sea terrors? I heard the sticky noise of something viscous slithering against the rocks. Okay, dude. The sticky noise of something viscous. When I turned to face the origin of an unsettling noise, I smelled the heavy, wet scent of brine. Okay, dude. My boy from Deadlock. The end of my gaze awaits strange monsters. Unlike distortions, unlike abnormalities, unlike anything I'd ever seen. It is as though the sea itself is encroaching on the land. I was almost certain we weren't at the Great Lake, but I'm not so sure anymore. Experiences with the thick scent of brine at the Great Lake must have put her in a wary mood, as Ishmael seemed to be a lot more apprehensive about these monsters than anyone else. Do you think those creatures could be whales? Or mermaids? Dante, I'd be concerned if those were whales. I don't know. The Great Lake and outskirts are full of unexplored mysteries, after all. Dante. What do your senses say? It's unclear. I'd say the closest comparison I could make is Wales, but even that's not conclusive. Huh. More enemies on the horizon! We should prepare for battle! Doesn't seem like we could talk things out with them though. So, let's take them out! Whales insofar that they have there's no humans behind them. I like how she has a fucking Limbus spray, and then that just straight up looks like it's from Arknights. Wheels is Dante's grounding point of star monsters? True. They inflict so much sinking! Hello! Oh, don't worry. We keep winning. Stop fucking hitting glue! Mostly because he can't talk about the tearful thing anymore. True, yeah, it's just not allowed. Otherwise, you know, they figure it out, bro. I don't trust them. Are they gonna react to the sinners? I think we don't get a lot of reactions to that for a reason. I would love to see it more, but we don't often get it. Hungly, stop fucking up. I'm so used to being in Mirror Dungeon and seeing like enemies with 10,000 fucking health. They look so weak. Yeah, 72 is low even for story. And 30 stack becomes staggered. The tick fixed it. Oh, fuck you. Die. Die forever, dude. Ugh. Ew. Head hooligan sweeps Arknights. Ah! Never speak to me again, woman! Live reaction of a gay man to a female voice. All remaining events have retreated to this. I just said that. Yeah, no. All remaining events have retreated into the sea. Good work, everyone. Didn't think I had to deal with anything remotely like this outside the Great Lake. You can say that again. I thought it would take us the whole day if that Scotty character didn't occupy us the other half while Miss Rabbit helped us from a distance. As we were catching our breath after the battle, I heard a brief hum. When I turned to look at its source, I saw Scotty glaring at me with palpable alarm. Strange people who transform. Oh, shit. And ahead of a clock? I guess they're both technically true. Well, it's nothing more than a theory at this point. I think they have a lot to do with the dimensional door that we're supposed to be investigating. Nice to meet you, I guess. And they hear a ticking clock. Oh, that's because only us here sinners can hear Dante's voice. Huh? What's up? Quick, I'm going to strangle you. Why? I don't get what. Oh no, I'm just wondering how Miss Mia can seemingly understand Dante. What's with the yeehaw voice? I don't get what? That's just Mia's voice. I'm just doing Mia's voice. That's how it is in the game. I'm not voicing anything. That's audio, dude. That's in-game audio. Trust. Yeah, what's going on here? Huh. Yeah, it completely flew over my head that I didn't even question how weird this is. Their voice sounds like a ticking clock to me, too, but I don't know. It's almost like I can sense what they're trying to say, what kind of emotion they're trying to convey. Her explanation reminded me of the blue boy. Of that blue boy. Of that blue twink in Rick Sinclair's pasts. But I didn't quite feel the uncanny sensation from Mamiya that I felt from them. So she can read me like how Vigilius can, I guess? Been over 2 Kantos since we've seen him, yeah. Well, I don't think it's a bad thing. That's true. It's been a bit of a hassle to always need Faust or Hong Lu to translate for you, Dante. I'd like to know exactly how she can understand, but I don't think we got the luxury time to sit down and figure this out. If I had to choose between 3 egos, which one should it be? 200 pills got nothing? Oh. Probably the best one is Hong Lu's, from what I've heard. Choose your favorite character. Unironically. This is a true limited banner, and you should get it for the character you like the most. I managed to pull Gregor's, but if I didn't, I was going to. Well then, yeah, choose your favorite character out of the 3, deadass. I could use 2 stones. I don't really care about the stones that much. To be fair, Fluid Sac has 0 scaling. Fluid Sac does in fact have 0 scaling whatsoever. So, are we heading back? Sounds like a plan. It's not like we know anywhere else to go, right? Oh, and Miss Rabbit Heel will be tagging along too. She said she'd help us if she find our way back. I'm glad to be working with you two. Oh, so, Miss Ishmael, Mr. Hong Lu. Took the words right out of my mouth. You've already helped us plenty, and you clearly know a lot more about the place than we do. The journey is long. Perhaps embarking at it and ere sun's full would be wise. How long's the journey? No idea. It seems like we got a clock with us, but I do know it's not like we have a clock with us. Turns to Dante. Not very far though. We just need to walk along the coastline for a bit. Scotty quietly points in my direction. Oh, Dante can't tell us the time because they're not on time. Then why the clock head? I didn't exactly choose to get myself a clock-shaped head. I looked away from Scotty's inquisitive eyes, which were solidly fixed on my head. Craig keeps complaining about horses chasing across him his life. The first thing that comes to mind when doing a male voice is a cowboy. Famously horse riding people. Shut the fuck up! Ban Jack the Horse! Permanently! No.
Peter. The horse is here.
Fuck! Standard punishment. Kiss of Viberia are hardly good places for people to live. Those things can go anywhere in this world, but they thrive at places to meet the ocean. So how did people manage to build a village at a place like this? The monsters are called seaborns, or sea terrors, yes? But it is true that they pose a certain difficulties. They were hardly the kind of monsters that with the strength to bring back Scourge and drive out the local populace. Don't judge them based on that brief skirmish. She's just telling us to be on our guard, right? Scotty can be a bit curt, but she's not a bad person. It permanently sounded like you were a Robotnik. I have an announcement to make! Check the horse, she's a bitch-ass motherfucker! I don't think she said anything wrong. Nothing rules out the existence of stronger variants of these creatures being out there. Scotty's concern only served to fan my curiosity, but something about her expression communicated that I probably shouldn't pry, so I quietly quickened my pace as we walked to the village. Tiny Robin Hood with a deep southern voice is incredible. Dante, what are you doing, Dante?
핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
But is it better than Yamcha Angde? True.
무얼 바꾸었지를.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get an ad here in a second. Oh yeah, I got her. Wait, she just has the sunglasses. Why aren't you wearing them, bitch? Got the sword as well. What the fuck is up with the sword? Such a fucking baller design, man. Richard sure does have an association with a lot of eyes. Yeah. Man, she has an association with a lot of eyes and potential memory loss. Man, who else? Who else could have association with a lot of eyes and potential memory loss? Oh man, man, ooh, and a lot of fingers. True, and a lot of fingers. Oh man, oh, who else could? Why is he so blurry, bro?
기뻤던 일도 즐거웠던 일도 그날 보았던
컨테이너에 잠깐 들어가 있는 거야. 잠깐. 아, 벌써부터 왜 이렇게
고치가 늘었나. 아, 이상. 이 떨거지들 사이에서 유일한 재밌거리지. 혼자서 온갖 고뇌란 고뇌는 다 감싼 너희들끼리 무신이 망치니 평가르기나 하고 왜 끼어들어야 하지? 난 내 칼로 뭘 베는지에만 관심이
Long man. I like your funny words. Anyway, this collab drained my wallet so much, but I do like it. And I want to watch you play because I suck.
Aww.
Okay. Have a good one, Krog.
You as well. Yeah, what I was about to say, yeah. Man, Ryoshi sure does have an association with a lot of eyes and fingers and and flames and potential memory loss. Eyes, potential memory loss and fingers. Eyes, potential memory loss and fingers. This is my agenda. The one ship I'll ever push, Masold X Ryoshu. I actually think it works. I think it cooks. I think there's something there that could work. The multitude tightens its hold. Eyes, memory loss, fingers. $64 is the best ship? What are you talking about? 6-4. Really? I haven't seen this. Okay, man. Good for you. Okay. Okay, man. Recent Hong Ryoshu is based a lot on them being soft in April Fools. I just think Mesol Ryoshu kind of goes hard. They're so silly together. They have such silly CGs together, and also, you know, the sort of association with potentially mangled memories. Because memory corroded with Mesol, and Mesol also has that. I've been saying Mesol a lot lately because I've been in circles that are pronouncing his name correctly. I don't want to respect the French language! Gah! Mesol's spin is almost definitely like has something to do with NCORP and memory erasure, or like memory replacement, like replaced memories. And there's the fucking his WOWIE go as well. And then Ryoshu, well, Ryoshu mangled memories. Man, who, I wonder where she got to learn all that, you know, child rearing shit. Rearing? Yeah, man. I speak the real words. Dap me up, chat. Dap me up. Hell yeah. This hardly looks like a village. It's more like the ruins of one, isn't it? It doesn't seem that they've done any proper upkeep at the place. Not in a while, at least. They're really here, living together. The strange buildings tell the story of former prosperity from a bygone era. Our steps leave no footprints on the wet, muddy ground on it. I see a rotting sign marked with the name Frauer Muerto. Everywhere I look in this village, I see evidence of a long, silent abandonment. We don't see these kinds of abandoned, long-looking ruins often in the city, either. Oh, yeah. There's always something or someone or something out there waiting to capitalize on that free real estate. We just sing it to a corporation and fix it up. Better than this, at least. So, where are the sinners? Ah, there's a clearing down there where we were trapped betwixt a twain of great ships, narrowing winds against our sail. Oh, and that is when young Ishmael boomed her command most resonant. Say no more. I didn't even have to try to search for them. That unmistakably sonorous and familiar voice echoing triumphantly between the empty buildings. That's Don Quixote's voice, when she's sharing her adventurous tales. There she was, standing atop a low podium like an actor on stage, regaling a group of people with with tales of our adventures, like a traveling thespian. And Princes, ye dogs! Horsemen! 'Tis the moment that I, Ishmael the first... 'Tis the moment I, Ishmael, the first mate of Mephistopheles, shall navigate. Oh! Stop, hold on, what do you think you're doing? Young Ishmael, I had my mouth full. I was just trying to regale them with the tale most fantastic of adventurers of the great Venezuela Esquire! Finally, thou hast returned with the Venezuela Esquire safely in tow!
What? They found Clockhead.
A burning clock for a head! When I was a child, I had a story about a legendary sarcasm with a flaming head. Why would something like that visit our humble village? While their exterior may carry elements that inspire fear in some, there is no chorus and alarm. God, doing Don's voice hurts my throat, but I love doing her voice too much to, like, tone it down. Yeah, they might look like that, but they're Dante, a manager, and the rest are... Oh, hello. I'm sorry, who are you two? They're two very nice people who helped us find Dante. That's Miss Amia, leader of Rhodes Island. And this is Miss Scotty, their operator. They'll be coming along with us for a little while.
Eh? With us? Why am I southern now? Oh God, it's spreading! No! Eh? With us? We believe that the dimensional door, which we at Rhodes Island are investigating, has something to do with why you suddenly woke up here in Iberia.
Zamia was bringing up the sinners, as Zamia was raising the sinners since her childhood.
All shall become southern.
The villagers who were staring up at us the villagers who were holding this compass of curiosity, this Ishmael's compass that is curious. Did our conversation manage to convince them that we're not a threat? I sure do hope so. You're friends of our saviors. Saviors? Verily, 'tis quite the grand title, yet that is indeed the word by which we are dressed.
To be more precise, by saviors, they were referring only to Faust and Altus.
Faust gave me a light nod when we made eye contact, but I could tell that her lips were drawing a very subtle smiling arc. So, I'm guessing something did happen. They were quite mistrustful upon our initial arrival.
What business do you outsiders have here? What if they're from the Inquisition? What?
Oh no, what did we do? After we went all the way through to get here.
Calm yourselves, everyone. None of them are carrying what appears to be their scriptures or lamps.
Let's first try to see who they are. Nobody expects the N-Corp Inquisition!
Man, I don't think they're gonna trust us anytime soon.
They're old curmudgeons. Let's CTNC, then PTSD.
Ryoshi, what do you mean by that? Ryoshi, but what?
PTSD. Okay, Gregor just looking at the camera.
What?
You can't do that, Ryoshi. We can't pillage this story to pose. Even, it looks like they already have it as hard enough as it is. I don't think that the STNC is a good way to get started either. Should we find help elsewhere? Just look how thin their arms are. I don't think they're in any shape to help us out. Perhaps we could inquire as to whereabouts we are to decide our lodging.
The war.
Type shit.
Remember,
while the landscape is certainly reminiscent of Eucorps. But I don't recall seeing or learning about any places like this. Though I can't say I've been to every corner of Eucorp. STNC is the plural of also applies when targeting Dante.
I ask again, what businesses do outsiders have here? Their fingers are tightened around the grips of their weapons. Prolonged silence will most likely turn this into a hostile encounter.
We can't have that. Hi, we're from Limbussing Company. We're fixers of justice.
Yeah, that fixes it. Oi! Don't you know how to keep it down? Fixes?
That over there. It's a ship blueprint, isn't it? Are you looking to repair a vessel by any chance? All these construction materials seem to suggest so. Chief!
This does not concern you. It's not something a mere outsider can understand.
Curious. I've never seen an energy source like this before. Have you run tests to rule out stability issues? It seems to power the heat exchanger via some method comparable to the utilization of fusion energy. Have you any thoughts on this, Miss Faust? The general design structure is somewhat old-fashioned, but there certainly are inspired parts to this design, particularly with the usage of the core energy source. While stability would need to be further studied, this technology seems to be incredibly energy efficient.
You identified all that by merely glancing at the blueprint?
You must be the village chief, then. If so, I have a proposition for you. In return for assisting their ship repair, we were promised to ride on their vessel. Miss Faust has theorized that perhaps, by going out to sea, we may be able to find a return of whence we came. Does that mean we could find a way back somewhere out there in the sea? Nothing is certain yet, Dante. At this moment, we are working based on a hunch. A hunch. Sensing the implicit omen of her choice of words, I slowly turned to look at Faust, who nodded solemnly in response. If we're really in a different world, even her Gesellschaft has to be. No issues were encountered in the repair process. Faust smiles faintly as she looks around, then pulls me in by my hems. She whispers in a low voice, "My connection to Gesellschaft is currently operating at a suboptimal level, Dante." So, it's still connected at least? Indeed, it is. However, even exchanges at simple information are taking dozens of hours by current calculation. Is this a warp train situation? Because we're in a different dimension? The cause should be identical. We have been connected to an identified, unpredictable dimension. However, Faust is aware that the pathway to our original dimension is yet to close this time, unlike the situation back aboard the warp train. So, to get back to where we came from, indeed, traveling through the pathway is most feasible solution. And from that, you came up with the whole plan to repair the ship and sail out to sea? Yes, well, I am also a genius, after all. Aww! 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 Patting my Faust. Genius. Faust is very mouse, Dante. Mere conjecture that we probably come through a dimensional door of sorts. Looks like that dimensional door might be what Faust is looking for. With high likelihood, yes. Faust is very mallow. At least there's a way back. I find myself calming down a little. Oh, speaking of which, when do you think we could wrap up the repair job? As fortune should have it, the majority of the most time-consuming parts of the repair have already been completed by the locals. It shouldn't take us more than a day or two to get its core parts ship-shape again, Executive Manager. We'll be staying here a few more days then. How did you manage last night?
Well, like I said, we've been keeping ourselves busy, but looking for you the entire time. We took turns with helping with the repairs, resting, but I doubt any of us got a proper night's rest.
Still, we weren't cold, thanks to the villagers who kept the fire going for us all night. Not to mention how they helped us a ton with the local map of they drew us. Oh, so Chief handed us this earlier. What's it for? Ah, looks like a sack to collect water. Give it here. I know how to get that installed. It must be to repay Faust and Miss Faust and Miss Aldous' efforts at repairing the ship. Yet, the service they provide us is certainly quite generous, even when taking transactional nature into account. They're really giving us the best treatment they can, huh? As for food, we managed to fill ourselves with some cookies and bread. Ready, it keeps it in pocket. So it's been what, days? Or at least one day, and Redia has so much bread and cookies in her pockets that they're able to just be fine. 12 sinners. She carries enough cookies and bread for 12 people?
They'd offer us some nosh, those dried fish things, but we refused. I ain't taking food from the needy. No need to concern yourself so much with our hospitality. You have done more than enough to earn your keep.
I turned around to look at the source of that low, rumbling voice, and saw an old man in an outfit that seemed to distinguish itself among the other villagers. There you are, Chief. Is there a place for us to stay the night?
We do have places for shelter in the misty humidity, at the very least. There is an empty building there, so feel free to occupy it for the night.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, I don't mind sleeping in the streets myself. Hey, speak for yourself! I've been looking forward to sleeping with a roof over my head since, like, yesterday. You'll catch cold sleeping in the elements in this environment, which is fine by me for the rest of you, but we cannot afford to have the executive manager or our honored guests suffer that fate.
Honored guests?
Yes, I heard what happened from the four who left in search of executive manager. First, I would like to begin by imparting my infinite gratitude for you to you for finding and rescuing the executive manager. I hear that you are the leader at the pharmaceutical company. This acquaintance should certainly come in handy, in case our stay becomes significantly prolonged. I'm just surprised by her boldness to say something so materialistic when they're standing right there.
Can I stay in your village too, Chief?
Village Chief took a brief glance at the hems by her right wrist, then nodded.
Welcome to Ferramuerto. You're welcome to stay for as long as you want. And please, do let me know if you find yourselves without food. I'm Western too now. I'm Southern. That's not even Western, bruh. I'm Southern too now. Do find yourselves without food. Our food supplies may be tight indeed, but we have enough to share with those who helped to repair the vessel.
Oh, you better not go back on your word later. I wonder what kind of local delicacies await. Dried fish like they were eating earlier, maybe? Hey, Chief.
What is it?
Just how are you surviving out here? By the sea?
Perhaps a question of how we are surviving may be somewhat misdirected. But we are only pursuing every possible avenue because we must survive.
Chief responds to Scotty's perceived hostility with a hearty smile. After leaving some firewood for the night, he left. I'm going. Can't learn much more from here.
Huh? You're going somewhere at this hour?
Scotty, does this have something to do with the coast? I remember what you said before we got to the village. Something about how coasts are hardly good places to live in.
Dante wants to know if this has something to do with the coasts?
Yeah. Do you understand the Aegir language? Aegir language? No?
Dante, Scotty just spoke Aegirian. I couldn't understand a word of Scotty and the Chief's conversation because I don't speak Aegirian.
It may be that there were enough lexical similarities between the one of the city's languages and the language Scotty spoke in for them to comprehend the meaning. Be a coincidence. Anyway, I have some things to look into. One of the city's languages implies that Dante knows every language in the city. Something you're all too slow to see.
You still have to tell us about it later.
What is he, some kind of library about...
Please remember, you're not on a solo mission, Scotty. This is a team effort from Rhodes Island.
Will do. Scotty nodded lightly before leaping off into the night, out of our sights. I'm kinda worried.
She's not the best with people, but she's also pretty thoughtful. She'll be okay. Ah, should we head inside? The sun's starting to set already. Why did I say it like that? The sun's starting to set already.
Oh yeah, we could probably just pick an unlit building and stay the night there, right? Trying our best to ignore this mood that was started to turn awkward, we made our way into the nearby unoccupied building. More story! You don't get to play the video game! We walked past a few narrow buildings and remnants of narrow buildings before we came across a hall large enough to house all 15 or so of us.
Okay, now we're ready. With the curtains on the windows removed, the smoke has an exit.
Whoa! I thought we were doomed to shelter ourselves in the night with soaking wet firewood and all. I had no idea that would work.
We just have to get a small fire and going underneath it until the wood dries up and catches fire. The downside being all this smoke.
It's clear that she has some field experience, unlike some fools I know. What the fuck is that accent? What accent? I shan't sit here and let her carry the burden of labor alone. Bequeath upon me thine ingredients, young Rurian, for I shall conjure thee a special fixer soup.
You're making soup with cookies and jelly?
Jelly? No, no, no! You are not getting anywhere near a kitchen again! Not after what you cooked up last time! Well, I must admit a certain level of interest. As many of our fellows' viscera are oft racked with intense agony upon ingesting dishes of your making, perhaps it would be wiser to save the occasion for a safer environment. Why do you love food poisoning so? Right, don't you remember? I'm doing Russian accent now, which honestly for Rodian is pretty fitting. Right, don't you remember? We agreed to leave cooking tomorrow Audi if we're ever in a situation like this, remember? Did we?
See, I think it's become sort of an unspoken rule after everything that happened. Remember, back during last year's cooking contest at K-Corp? They were the only two people who managed to get even remotely positive reviews.
Oh, does that mean we're going to try out as cooking once again? Denied. We still have plenty of high-calorie foods like cookies and jellies here. I find no reason to do something so inefficient.
I'm glad to see that everyone's still energetic, given the circumstance. Can't be easy to suddenly wake up in an unfamiliar environment.
Well, we're all quite used to getting thrown into unfamiliar places. Speaking of which, did you manage to reach your colleagues, Mia? She shook her head, concerned.
They might have lost their comms device. Goddamn. Lower. They might have lost their comms device. Or maybe they ran into some other trouble.
Could they be in danger?
I don't know, but I'm sure they're okay. The Dr. Kaltseat, they're both more than capable enough to look after themselves.
Long had this curiosity lingered within me. Like that compass. Thus allowed me to acquire. Ishmael comes up and said, "You cold?" Corporations are, by their nature, organizations in the pursuit of profit. Yet the activities of your corporation resemble those of a charity organizations, as opposed to a pharmaceutical company. Is there aught that might be explicate from this blurred distinction? Aha! I wanted to know too. How come a pharmaceutical company like Rose Island is helping people? Something about what Hong Lu said brings back unpleasant memories. The horrible experiments seen through the cascade of flowing tears in the face of suffering. The embodiment of greed that left a terrible wound in Hong Lu's fathoms. The pharmaceutical companies I've seen in my journey were corporations that, despite possessing the capability to heal, chose to obsess over profit it can provide. Man, I don't get it. Man, huh? Maybe Project Moon has commentary on corporate politics. Politics in my video game?
There are many in Terra who are suffering from a disease. The disease crystallizes you. It spreads deeper and deeper into their infected's internal organs, eventually culminating in their death. It's called oropathy.
Mia showed me the back of her right hand, dotted by what appeared to be obsidian crystallizations. Its appearance reminded me of the biotreatments for the back streets, but there was something more to it. Something more restless, more sinister.
It's a terrible, painful disease, but there haven't been any recorded cases of full recovery. There's an even worse problem.
Pray tell, what could possibly be worse than an incurable deadly disease?
Well, it varies region by region. Discrimination, yeah man, fuck you, against the affected is widespread across Terra.
Those who suffer from it must face unfair treatment. Yi Sang began with a dark expression.
Some are quarantined in places with terrible, inhumane conditions. And there have been massacres too.
I don't mean to be callous, but is this oropathy highly contagious?
No, there have not been any recorded cases of infection by contact, as long as the subjects are alive.
Ads? Okay. How's Chet doing? Big stretcher, bruh. Big stretcher. God damn, this might be a longer stream than I thought. I'm glad I started it early. Ugh. I forgot that this is like basically just a whole ass Intervallo. I was expecting this to be an event, but no, this is just like a fucking whole ass Intervallo, isn't it? I didn't get snacks, chat. I kinda chat. Download. Sit down here with me. Chat. I'm kinda tempted. Chat. Sit here with me. All right. I'm kinda tempted to order food. Because I'm kind of hungry and I want food. Pizza? Pizza's a good idea. Chat, do we have any other votes? We got pizzas currently. Pizza sounds good. I could get pizza for cheap. But as a pizza will destroy my insides. I won't lie. Like, Thai? Oh, no. I'm not Thai. No. I like Thai food, but not that. No. I don't think I could take that. Chat, do we have any other ideas, any other concepts for what we should eat? Maybe I do have £10 cash. I could probably send my roommate down to the convenience store to grab a couple things. I might do that. I'll be back, chat. That was too laggy. You're gonna get hit again. Fuck you. Make cookie and jelly sip. Always. Alright, chat. That's the wrong button. Why did it do that? Okay, chat. I'm going to message my roommate now what I want from the convenience, because he asked I send him a list. A large bottle of what chat, what soda do we want? I want soda. Root beer. I don't think we can get root beer. I might just say Fanta. Large bottle of Fanta. Pringles. Salt and vinegar. And the toughest choices require the strongest minds. I think chat, what are we thinking? Baja Blast? We where do you think I live? There we go. America? No.
No, there haven't been any recorded cases of infection by contact, as long as the subjects are alive. But when the infected dies, the crystals grow in their bodies, decay, and turn to dust, scattering. Which is what spreads the plague. Then, embodying environments like active battlefields where casualties are to be expected, staying within close proximity of the infected daily life seems to hardly pose any risk. So, what's the problem then? They're already past the point of caring about the problem is. Once people start feeling iffy, all logic goes out the window.
Then Rhodes Island goal has to be...
Yes, it's important to develop a cure for neuropathy, but I think what really matters is that we change the circumstances for the better for the infected.
It's not going to be an easy endeavor, though. That is what gives your efforts more meaning. Holy shit, Greg! Did I fucking accidentally Southern Gregor? I'll live.
Manage your bud. Manage your bud. Manage your bud. Manage your bud.
Greg always has a deep voice, and just because I've been doing the Southern, it just naturally goes to fucking deep Southern. I hope you can achieve that, Golomia. I really do. Sob for truth.
The city, this world, we both live in worlds full of surprises, don't we? What kind of world did you come from, this city?
What kind of place is the city, anyway?
For truth! I don't think I can do a southern woman. I can't get her good.
The kind of place with too many pointless rules. The kind of place where the moment you think, isn't this too much, you see something even worse. Try as I might, I couldn't think of a single positive thing about the city. The sinners seemed to be in agreement, as most of what came after was quite scathing. The kind of place where good deeds rarely ever go unpunished. Where sympathy is a good attitude to have if you like getting stabbed in the back. Nothing good ever works out there.
It's a shithole.
It's an irrational place full of absurdities.
Absurdity is omnipresence. Therefore, it is nothing. It is not a subject by which one should be aggrieved.
We can at least grouse about them, though. I mean, it's the only thing we can do.
It would be more correct to experience more and acclimatize oneself to instead of complaining.
You did say something like that last time. Just as the mood was starting to turn rather sour, Don Quixote's shout shattered through the awkwardness. Verily, nary a day goeth by untarnished by villains and their fell deeds. Yet worry thee not, for where evil riseth, so doth fixers of justice too. Don Quixote jumped from her seat and passionately shook her fist, which was followed by a heavy crack and a sound of small pebbles tumbling down.
Don Quixote, watch out!
Whoa! And from behind the wall, she accidentally broke down. An unfamiliar visage of a villager appeared, stared back at Don Quixote. It appears she was eating something out of a can while reading a book. How farest thou? Yeah, Don. Farest thy foot? I gotta apologize first.
Ugh, that seems a tad too hyper today. Fuck! I'm supposed to be British. Well, that seems a bit too hyper today.
That was infuriating. I'm fucking up my accents, dude. Apologies, for I had hardly expected the wall to crumble with such ease. Art thou unhurt? Any injuries? Two? Pray tell to what? Forget the apology. I just want to know what happens next. The fixers of justice rose up to do what? Hast thou come to me to hear the tale of fixers?
I don't know about coming to us, given how Miss Don Quixote was the one who punched the wall down.
Ahem. Oh, is it too late an hour? I don't mind waiting till morning if you want to sleep. Nay! Not at all. 'Tis quite an early hour for tales, in fact. Prithee, seat thyself here. You ungovernable fool, calm down. We don't even know who she is. And don't forget to share those fixer tales over there in the corner to not disturb our sleep. That will make us a request most untenable. These tales deserve to be announced to the world with great gusto from the center. Yeah, that's the best way to hear those kind of stories, but we should probably introduce ourselves to each other first. Name's Mayers. How should I put this? Did you meet the village chief earlier during the day? He's my Gramps.
Oh, that nice guy? So, he had a granddaughter.
Yet, I have not seen you once, Miss Mayers, under the sun. He has the same smile as... Yeah, man. Fucking Kathy? Oh my, you're right! I thought the village was completely dried of any young blood. Like Rhodia said, while we didn't see Mayers out there, there wasn't anyone else in the village who we would comfortably call young. You're telling me Gramps was worrying over nothing and you told me to stay put inside? You're telling me? Going on and on about the dangers that outsiders pose and everything. It seems that they do not give their full faith to their saviors. There are things you cannot share with even whom you trust with your life. Though, I would like to know why. My! So there are a bunch of other kids who are stuck indoors in this village? No, there isn't anyone around my age in the village at all. If that's the case, I guess I can understand why you'd be overprotective. Anyways, it's our turn. I'm good. I heard enough to get an idea.
You did?
Huh? Play, how didst thou hear us? Via a listening device, most secreted upon our chamber? Mayes tapped the side of the wall, the part of it that was still standing anyway, and smiled ironically. I had soundproofing. I could hear pretty much everything. Don Quixote, right? Everything Don Quixote practically sang during the day. Barely, I see.
I think you could really do with some sense of embarrassment for once.
Well, I guess it's good enough for a self-introduction, so... Care to regale me with a tale of fixers who bring justice to the evils of the city? Indubitably! Then, this shall do! I shall regale thee with the tale of which the legendary fixers, the arch-magnificence herself, the Red Mist, hath...
I suppose... I'm British, damn it! Suppose that killed any hope of us getting a good night's kip.
Don't you usually pass out within a minute of hitting your pay, no matter how noisy things are?
What? Do you take me for some kind of Aberdeen bear or something? Look, even I have trouble sleeping when there's noise all over the...
Croak has fundamentally changed Croak's ability to do voices. Shut up. I figured it out. I just need to think of Warhammer 40k orcs and I'm back into British mode. I say bear in hibernation is a pretty apt descriptor. For all that grumbling and moaning, he dozed off before any of us did. Aside from Heathcliff, who began snoring the moment his head touched the ground, some of the sinners were fast asleep as well. I wonder who you got that from. What? What? You say that like it's an obvious answer. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Merceau had entered sleep, usual steadfast adherence to the routine. God, the southern accent is horrifically contagious, yeah. Where's Heathcliff voice is grounded by Warhammer 40k orcs? Well, fuck you. Merceau had entered sleep in his usual steadfast adherence to the routine, whilst Loust Fade claimed to one of the few available cloth sheets as soon as the close of business for the day was confirmed. The sinners, who had spent the entirety of last night searching for me in this unfamiliar land, slowly began to fall asleep as well. Meanwhile, the fixer of the Spy Association's first section... Though the night was no longer young, Don Quixote was vigorously sharing the tales of adventurers without even a single sign of fatigue. She's not determined to do this until sunrise, is she? Oh! I guess it's okay, since Maya seems to be having fun. As I continued to watch the pair with mild concern, Amia, not yet asleep, approached me.
This city Miss Don Quixote speaks of seems to be teeming with fixers of justice and exhilarating tales of adventure. Did you actually experience all of them yourselves?
No, of course not. Don Quixote's stories are usually those of other famous people.
But she's telling it with such vigor that it almost sounds like she was there herself.
Well, I guess if you really want to get into it, some of them might be retellings of Don Quixote's personal experiences. Shmael replied uncertainly, thinking back to the plays we were made to watch back in La Mancha land.
Well, I think all those events... I'm just British now. That's just wrong.
He's okay. I do an American, I don't really do an accent for Greg. I just kind of do my voice, but lower.
I think all those... Manager bud. I think all those stories, even though they're only partially true, just goes to show what a ridiculous place it can be. We wouldn't need fixers of justice to begin with if we were really lived in a just world, right? A really good place to live would be quiet and peaceful, without someone having to force it. That's true. I hope there'll come a day when Rhodes Island can be a normal pharmaceutical company in the future.
Something wrong?
No, I just thought that Miss Mayers and I made eye contact.
Did she overhear our conversation? I looked in her direction, but all I saw was Mayers excitedly reacting to Don Quixote's tales. I don't trust that kid. Whoa, what happened then? Thus spake Lady Altis, boldly before the soldiers who stood in our path. Thou presumest to stand in our path, servants of a master most unworthy. I, Altis, shall educate ye on manner maketh... Don Quixote was now retelling the stories of Limbus Company's adventures in Hongyan, and Altis, who could no longer stand Don Quixote's unintentional alterations of the stories, jumped to her feet and shouted, "Damn it! What kind of nonsense are you feeding her? I never said anything like that." Verily, certain aspects of this retelling may have been exaggerated. That's tales of adventurers for you. Things are bound to get a bit dry when the story is too realistically as is, right? You know nothing. You know nothing. Not even anything resembling a poor proper record of a book remained once a profound silence swept through this village. So once the black silence from Project Moon killed all of us, oh man, nothing remained. So I've always had a craving for these kind of stories.
But a barrier doesn't stop our barbarians from emigrating, contrary to their tight immigration control. Have you ever thought about leaving this place?
Still a challenge to cross the border, especially since we're going to have to pass through larger cities that are managed by the Inquisition. You don't seem particularly fond of this Inquisition. Why is that? Man, maybe it's because they're a fucking Inquisition? There's a lot of weight to that word, Aldous. That's because this village was formed by people who grew tired of living under the Inquisition's rule and fled. Sorry, but what kind of organization is this Inquisition? Sinclair asked, face turning cold upon hearing the word Inquisition, and that people fled from it. Yeah, the Nuggle and Hammer we saw back in Cal W aren't the memories. I didn't remember the name of where Sinclair's encounter took place. They're easily forgotten.
Dr. Count said the Inquisition is what filled the power vacuum once Iberia fell into chaos. That its inquisitors are the rapier and lamp-wielding protectors of Iberia's cities from lawlessness.
So someone tried to bug report it as a typo? Bro, that's insane. That alone makes them sound like good people, though. Yeah, they are, but there's the Church of the Deep. The Inquisition will go to whatever lengths to deal with the incidents related to the church that worships Seaborns. An organization that worships those monsters? It seems that cultish fanaticism is a plague wherever we go. I feel like people with all kinds of wrong faiths and beliefs are... Jesus.
That I have food. Yes. Yes.
I got Gregor. Which is indeed the only one that matters. How the fuck do I open this packaging? It's terrible. Okay, man, just give me a knife. Do I have a knife? No, I don't have a knife. I thought I had a knife. Shit. Someone make a knife real quick. There we go. Managed to tear it.
Yes.
See, the Seaborns are the ones who messed Iberia up. So following their logic, apparently it's okay for them to arrest anyone who seems remotely connected to them.
Are you saying that Iberia is like this because of the Seaborns? Those things from earlier. I guess they were kind of troublesome to deal with, but they didn't seem that strong.
It's just what I heard from Gramps, but the Inquisition executed many innocent people too in their crusade against the Church of the Deep. For those who proclaim to be on the side of justice, they seem quite fond of committing such villainy. It seems like a reasonable policy decision to me, but it must pose a clear danger to the daily lives of civilians. Yeah, and I was the only survivor. Everyone in my family died. Yes, Sinclair. You must have endured such a long period of pain. To be able to say something like that with such composure. For Iberia, they are heroes who will bring the land back to its glory days. To Gramps, they were just oppressors, making his life difficult. That's why we've all come here, fleeing from the Inquisition's gaze. Fleeing from those homosexuals in the Inquisition. Damn, give me combat, please. I'm gonna munch. Yet, wherefore hast thou decided to settle at a place that is run down? Indeed. Yeah, I know. But it's not so bad when you get used to it. Besides, we managed to find a new path thanks to you guys. A new path? Well, it's getting late. Will you be repairing the ship tomorrow too? This really has no soundproofing at all, huh? Good talk, everyone. I hope we'll get another chance to do this tomorrow too. After seeing Maze the other sinners, those who were still up anyway, and I laid ourselves on the hard stone floor with a thin layer of cloth between it and our backs. A mysterious world that is neither the city nor the outskirts. But it seems that the lives of its people led were just as difficult as they were anywhere else. I mean, not to hype up the city, but just as difficult? If this were the city, they wouldn't survive a day. I'm just saying, like...
시선, 집중.
군주가 나선다. 걸맞는 곳이네 바쁘.
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
아, 이번 의뢰는 몇 발이나 들고 가야 하냐?
Specifically in this area, the level of danger is the same? No, because we just slept out in the open. We just slept. End of sentence. Not to like hype up Project Moon too much or anything, but man, that was a good sleep.
복지팀의 협조가 바로
의뢰.
지정 준비되었습니다.
저들은
Oh, I'm aware. Yeah, this is basically the outskirts, but I'm comparing it to the city. 100 fixes city story to fall asleep to. To be honest, I want a whole intervallo of just fixes of the city stories. Give me whole ass. Like, we keep on cutting Don Quixote off. Stop. Stop cutting Don Quixote off. Let her speak her shit. Okay, it's adds like a bunch a bit. No. Sorry, I'm just correcting a teammate's mistake. Yeah. This took me fucking 6. Shan, do we split this up into into 2 streams? It's so big.
Amazing. I didn't even know there was marine vessels of this class in Iberia.
Ha! I espy her name here. 'Tis the called the name Rebellion de la Masses. Rebellion de la Masses. Revolt of the Masses, is it? A name very much admired in peculiarity. I'm just killing myself, actually. Throw me into the sea, Dante. I no longer want to be a part of this world. Honglu chimed in that it was rather fond of with its size being about the same as the boat from his home. While Ishbel quickly jumped in to correct us on the size alone wasn't any special at the Great Lake, but it was still pretty big compared to Mephi or the Indigo's Elder Skiff. Okay, the Indigo Elder Skiff is an exception. I thought it was going to be somewhere around Mephi's size at most. Are you sure you could get this ship fixed in a day or two? As I briefed you yesterday, the great majority of our time-consuming repairs had already been completed by the villagers. The extent of our repairs only concerned a few components within the vessel that the villagers could not repair, which shouldn't take us much time. Unless parts that are unfamiliar to Faustar are malfunctioning, such as the core engine, remaining repairs should be sufficiently managed by Faust. If you don't want to split it and know a good place to stop, I might have to. I've had a fucking long day already today. I do not want to do fucking basically a Canto part's worth. More than as much as I do love Limbus Company. Despite Altus's confident declaration, I could not help but feel oddly unsettled as I looked at the ship. I don't know why, but something tells me that we don't want to linger here for too long. Still, please be thorough about it, just in case. I'd rather not sit in a sinking ship again. The experience of the Great Lake was enough. Do not worry, Dante. Unlike Mephistopheles, most functions of this vessel, buoyancy, gear, propellers, steering, gear, are all in operational capacity. This repair should be much easier than the case with Mephistopheles.
They seem confident enough. It should be safer. Should be safe this time around, right? How are we taking the rope to climb up to the ship?
No, there's a lift-like apparatus down here. It should take us to the ship. Its stability was verified yesterday. Let's board the lift.
You're 100% certain, right?
The boat is afloat right now, Dante. I don't think it'll be sinking anytime. Wait, that's just, well, I'm cured, Dante!
Wouldn't that be nice? Oi, are you two just gonna faff about here down here? We're up now.
No, we're going with you. As I made my way onto the vessel's bridge, I was greeted by the extravagant interior that was as gaudy as its exterior. This isn't real gold, is it? Sure is shiny as a heck in here. I've got butterflies in my stomach. A.S. Aesthetically satisfying, she says. But too ostentatious, not quite my style. Our young Mephi has also quite the excellent vessel, yet... Imagine what adventures we could embark on aboard this vessel, most lavishly decorated! As Faust and Aldous were working on one of the control panels, Ishmael walked up to another and interfaced with it before giving a knowing nod. This must have been an investigative or research vessel of sorts. It does seem a bit too extravagant for one of those, though. Look, coordinates. Updated in real time, it seems. The coordinates seem to have been set out somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe it points to a small islet? No islet there.
Roar! But blimey, lass! You sure know how to sneak up on people.
Mayors? What? Did I actually surprise you? I did ask if you guys were going to come fix the boat today. Still, I didn't know you'd be here. Why are the coordinates set to this location? There's several undersea cities beneath those coordinates, collectively known as Aegir. Grab some. I see. Understood. What was understood, if I may ask? It is now understood by the promise to repair the ship was sufficient enough to earn their trust and their title of saviors.
What's she on about? Someone get translating.
Consolidating and cross-referencing the observed particular circumstances of the village and the statements from the village chief, alongside information garnered from the exchange with the mayors, it is possible to gauge the significance of the ship's repair as to a local populace. Of course, while this may constitute a sequence of high logical connections that poses a certain challenge for Heathcliff to comprehend, to employ any degree of effort to attempt to explain a more digestible language would constitute a pursuit of inefficiency. Lower the baton, I implore you. I shall explain it in full.
I was wondering where Miss Smartass would start grabbing like that again. So, what's she on about?
Bro, it ain't that deep! Faust! Shut the hell up! Heathcliff's shoulders were relaxed. It didn't seem like he was actually going to swing the bat. He placed it lightly over his shoulder with a sigh. A brief observation of the village would seem to suggest that their subsistence situation was quite dire. Much of their daily sustenance was consisted of dried foods, most of them made for the long-term storage of purposes. You can explain it under 12 words, yeah. Considering what Scotty said about the coastal areas are full of danger, maybe there's dried seafoods on around from around here either.
Maybe it's for— oh, god damn it! Maybe it's food they packed when they first came from Faro Meredo. I'm southern again, god damn it.
Some villages were armed and those sea terrors weren't exactly that formidable, but given the state the villages are in, I doubt they have an easy time repelling those monsters. Indeed, and that brings up the question of sustenance.
Right, I get what's going on here. The lass and her granddad are about to visit their hometown, and they're trying to get some food supplies to get there and feed the villagers. And to convince them, they're planning to use the fact that they're from the same neck of the woods, or sea, I guess. Oh, so we're not just repairing their ship, we're repairing their food supply plan too. Huh? What's wrong?
It's While the expressions were rather crude, Heathcliff's summary of the situation was clear, to the point, and easily understood. The sitters stared at him with mild surprise. And I did too.
What's with the annoying looks? Wait. Oh, you sods! You don't think I'm that dim-witted, do you?
He is part of the Seven Association. Top-notch intuition. It's just that it's been a while since you've shown this side of yourself. Thinking back, Heathcliff's intuition's always been excellent, and he'd often put together surprisingly accurate conclusions with impressive speed. Seven Association. You know, when you really think about it, it's kind of your fault for—
I've been too soft on you lately, haven't I? Guy, get back here!
Ahem. Now, with those fools out of the conversation, was he correct? Aldous looks away from the usual chaos and asks Mayors. Honestly, I'm surprised he was on point. Yeah, food's been running low in the village at this rate. We won't last another year. But with the Diego, well, I'm sure they'll welcome us with open arms.
I don't want to come off like I'm overly worried, but do you think they'll welcome the others too? Unlike Mayors or the Chief, they're not Aegir.
I believe they will. Abir suspects and hates the Aegir for no other reason than we're from the sea, but Benny Hill theme changes the cheese chases Sinclair. Our home cannot have fallen so low as to abandon a group of starving land dwellers. Prithee, might thou explain to us who the Aegir are? I had initially thought it a reference to a region, yet it also seems to refer to an affiliation of sorts. Maybe they're not like something like Nest Dwellers? Though I don't think I've heard of a nest that accepts Backstreet's people with open arms. Or maybe they're used to be some rich folk.
If they call them nests toffs eggier here, then does that make the rabbity lass eggier too? What in the world you came... Wait, in the world you came from, do they not distinguish between races?
That is not entirely true. Delineation between races is a concept that does exist. Though I only saw them in fathoms, there were those terrifying things called cuckoo spawns. However, as a general rule, it can be said that humans should be the only intelligent life forms in the city.
The people of Terra have slightly varying appearances depending on their race, like my courtesies.
I got pointed is because I'm an Aegir, though it's not a characteristic every Aegir shares. The closest idea to what they are discussing appeareth to be, Okay, I just seem to be struggling to finish a sentence. Marisol stepped in to continue. Mayor Don stocks are also up.
By context clues and matter of word usage, including the means of classification, the closest example in our world would be blood fiends. Similar external appearance to humans, yet nature's comparable sapiens.
'Tis of my belief that blood fiends are ostracized due to the nature that maketh coexistence with humans difficult. It may be that the Aegir are also.
I'm sure some of them do possess qualities that make coexistence with others difficult, but they're probably rare.
Then, wherefore are they made subjects of suspicion and hatred?
That's... Well, the language is new, but the idea itself is pretty familiar in the city to folks like us. Thicker feathers and fallen wings, kids born in the back streets, people who replace their body parts with prosthetics.
The form differs, yet in its essence we find the thread. Something about how we keep finding these similarities in the ways our lives despite finding ourselves in a distant world with different rules, races, and humans. Felt oddly discomforting. The point is, you guys are doing us a real solid by fixing up our ship. Let's move on from these gloomy conversations, okay? I want to show you the cooler parts of this ship. This way. The ship tour may have to wait. The repairs are almost completed, but an issue has arisen. Issue? What? That's not reassuring at all.
Multiple life forms identified ahead. Soon to be Sea Terror Horde.
The ship's radar system seems to suggest that the vessel is surrounded. They're the same monsters from yesterday. Executive Manager, please order us to prepare for battle. Damn it. Are they the sea terrors you encountered?
They look a bit different, but yeah, probably.
There's a lot of them, but if our last experience tells us anything, we should be able to handle this. Amir, please support us in the battle like you did yesterday. Canst thou fight, young mayors? I feel like I'm just going to get in your way. Then, guys, find a place to keep mayors as far as possible from the battle. Then, let's hurry down there. We don't want them damaging the ship any further. I've got a notification. Hey! Lewis Company's reached an all-time peak! Alright, I'm back.
Little guy! Oh, I'm the chumpa! I chump!
받아볼 테니까. 이 정도면 어떻게
처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
Funny. Okay.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
기가 튀.
And they have very low health, so I'm not too worried. I just want to know for the sake of, should I take off my assault hat? And might as well. Have the fun time.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
한 점만 노린다.
원더프레스 선택이었어 나리. 약간이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
You!
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요.
You!
보여주지.
엄청나게 크게 생각을. 자, 이렇게
없겠지.
벗어날 수 있다고 생각해.
중할까봐 떠올려.
Take off out of here, boy.
이따가 버스에서 회고해야지 않겠는가?
Retreat order to fucking who? We don't have hay shoot, bitch. I just want to know what you're gonna do, because to be honest, I think you're just cheating. Yeah.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
Oh my god, wait, we have cascading gaze? Okay, dude. Hell yeah.
경외감 속에 숨어.
입이 다물어지지 않아. 일격견대.
전력으로 승부해봐.
확실히 훌륭한 전력으로 승부해봐. 덕분에 훌륭한 순간이 넘어가는
전탄격발!
투성이까지야. 고작 이 정도면
시선에 눈이 먼.
Cascading. I know it's based off all enemies. I just didn't think that we would have had enemies alive to get it.
역시 본인이 직접 선별한 용기를 북돋는 영웅당 탑 5가.
I feel like it spreads between enemies when they die, but I feel like that's also incredibly inconsistent, and I don't know why I feel that way. Oh well.
짐승들의 재갈을 부르겠다.
Yeah, no, I know how Ryoshi works. I've been using her in Mirror Dungeon because I've been having fun in Mirror Dungeon.
그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질 수밖에.
Never fucking speak to me again.
경외라 혹은 괄목하든가. 평범과 비범은 이렇게나
The
큰
goats.
차이를 보이지.
You saying you did nothing.
한낱
Die.
난데 따위에 안주할 내가 아니다만.
Stop fucking yapping, goddamn. So close. God damn. I'm getting tired, chat. Oh. I'm having a caffeine crash. I had too much coffee. Ah.
저들은 전율하리라.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을
I'm
확인해보죠.
I'm not ready for shit. I'm trying desperately to stay awake.
보십시오.
What? Yeah, just take off your hat, man. I don't care. I don't care if we don't have Sinclair here. You'll live. Hatless you shall go.
나선 속을 벗어날 수는 없다.
Yeah, Nan, I didn't get good sleep last night, and I've had 3 coffees in the span of like 2 hours, and it's hitting me, and I'm crashing hard. They didn't ask. Don't underestimate the sinners, bitch.
운전의 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중이라네. 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
They didn't ask.
만만치 않겠군. 본인이 하지.
Stop rolling tails.
그간의
멈춰 보여주지.
Thanks.
빠지시니까.
수감자가 되어
시간
유용하게 그 도표래 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이
Enough gazes on field, I think.
법이지.
So long as we don't kill anyone right here. Because it's not on combat status before use. Wow.
나선 속을 벗어날 수는 없다.
정의 이름으로.
놈을 튀울 수도 없고.
경외감 속에 숨어.
Bitch! Okay, it's still good.
저들의 약점이
Non-nervous impairment will live.
받아볼 테니까.
Why do you only have 1?
한 점만 노리.
Alright, man. Go ahead. It was enough. Why are you so low sanity, bro? Oh, sinking. Can you roll heads once? Or twice, actually. Thanks. I forgive you.
넌 푸놈을 튀울 수도 없겠구나.
운전의 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중이라네. 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
2 guys.
짐승들의 재간을 풀린다.
정의 이름으로.
경외스럽다.
저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다.
버러지 같은 놈들.
치하할 만한 일이 생겼을 때 언급하라는 것
Mang.
상부의 지시인지라.
Oh, not Mang, but Shin. Out of ammo, I'll live.
그렇게 서 있으면 목 떨어질 수밖에.
They're not doing a lot of damage, but the sinking's unfortunate. Die.
넌 폼을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Shut the fuck up!
Remaining entities have all returned to the sea. Is everyone okay?
It was just like our last skirmish. Sea terrors that had surrounded the ship returned to sea even before the battle came to an end. Their retreat felt too orderly and deliberate just to be running away. Almost like a tactical retreat. Almost like it got ads on Twitch. Chat. We be out here. I'm potentially developing my own D&D module for my honors project in university. That's a small update on what's been going on. Potentially, it really depends on how it goes. Our honors project can be just about anything so long as something is made from it. A digital product of some sort is made from it. Ideally related to game development and game design. And my field of choice is TTRPG design because I want to get into TTRPG design and work in TTRPGs because I like TTRPGs. I live and breathe them. Oh. So, yeah. We be out here, big chillin'. Ads over. You're over. Ben. Well, we're doing beachy, but what about the ship? I'm Italian. But we're doing peachy, but what about the ship? Is the ship okay? Minor damages to the hull, but nothing that will impede the ship's operational capabilities. Whew. So, I noticed during the battle, I might be wrong of course, but I think I noticed how around the end of the battle those monsters were starting to go after the manager? You're probably right, actually. I noticed too, at some point during our battle, those monsters realized that it's the managers who's commanding the rest of us. I sense the very same. Their movements were fluid and adapted, as though they were learning our behavior. Why does the Church of the Deep worship monsters like them?
That ain't much of a question, innit? Must have all gone mental.
I'm sure there's many reasons, but Seaborns are beings of infinite potential, so much as there's no superlative big enough to properly convey the scale, as organisms they can endlessly evolve and adapt. Every time they encounter a new environment or a new element, they transform themselves and other Seaborns. Maybe that's their draw. That fascination being maybe an attitude most befitting of a researcher, yet the transformation of fascination into idolatry is, if I may be frank, not entirely positive. I find them pretty uncomfortable. They just remind me of whales. Then, can they adapt to learn a language and to communicate with us? What? Going by everything we heard, I think they sound really smart. May's eyes went round at Honglu's suggestion. She brought her hands to her mouth, surprised. Sure was something. I heard that there was Seaborn who could talk. If non-humans speak the language of humans, regardless of its testament to their intelligence, I can only think of two possibilities as to why they would. One, to communicate with humans, the other, to deceive humans. Good news or bad news? Bad. I may have eaten some beyond stale crackers. Good. There's a chance I have to stick around for the rest of the stream. I did not read that. More often than not, it's the latter. What about the distortions? Some of them already know how to speak. Distortions are a phenomenon in which humans transform into monstrous forms, first absorbed after the white nights and dark days incident. Therefore, that example is irrelevant to our supposition. White nights and dark days. She whispered quietly, but as we were standing rather close to her, we all caught on to the hint of joy in her voice. The pillar of light in the city. Did it really? How have you come across this knowledge, Miss Mayers? Oh, that's...
Ain't it obvious? We got the culprit right here. Storyteller of the lass who's been gabbing on with no end.
I don't trust this kid. I don't trust this kid. Someone get her. Someone kill her. Yeah, she's been talking non-stop all morning and all kinds of stories, hasn't she? Huh? Yet I have not gotten that You again? You didn't get so lost in your own stories that so blabbed about our company secrets, have you? Nay! I would simply not! As Don Quixote was subject to yet another round of scolding, Amia stared toward the sea, wary that the sea terrors may start crawling to the surface once again before turning toward us.
I wonder which of the two the Seaborns are.
Their sense of self is really, really faint, so I don't think they'd be in either category. I'm gonna get Gene Stiller vibes. Yeah, man. I think it's possible that they learned human language out of instinct, that the power of speech might help them to survive. It appears that you, Miss Mayers, are quite the expert on the subject of Seaborns. Your knowledge on them goes beyond what fear for one's survival may yield, thereby suggesting a different means of acquisition. Do you, by chance, worship the Seaborns? I don't worship Seaborns. Seaborns don't have any hopes or wishes, just desire for survival. Miss Mayers, does that mean the Seaborns were somehow able to hope? Maybe so. Is that so? The repairs are complete. Already said that. I already read that, bruh. As we were conversing, the Fausta descended from the ship with a neatly organized set of tools borrowed from the village. Repairs completed. I'm guessing the repairs are done? Yes, the ship is ready to set sail. Did you have a departure time and date in mind? I would prefer if we could depart as soon as possible. I don't have a set time or anything, but I think we should be able to set sail this late afternoon at the earliest. That soon? As we've seen, we don't have a lot to bring with us. By the way, how far out to sea did you guys need to go? We need to find this dimensional door of sorts.
I could see the dimensional door's light from the beach at night. It was faint, but given how the light's strong enough to break through the sea fog, we should be able to determine its location somewhere around the coastal waters. So, we could go back tonight.
First order of business is to relay the news to the villagers. Yeah, back to the village for now.
나를 들뜨게 만드는 일은 많지 않지만 이번엔 그 귀중한 경우의 수에 들어맞았군. 잘 놀다 간다. 회수.
Yes! That's both of them, baby! Hey, it's that easy! It's that fucking easy! Chat, that's that fucking easy! Hey! Woo, baby! Not a single, not a spit! Cause I don't need to! Cause I'm golden! Cause Project Moon loves me deep in the bones! Let's fucking go! Woo! It's that fucking easy, dude! Oh, shit! I'm taking a screenshot of that and someone clip that shit. Oh, goddamn! Ooh.
Goddamn. God damn. I'm fucking happy. I'm jumping for joy. What is that? 131 pulls. All three! All three! Whew. I got them all in 50. That's actually good. Oh god damn. Including getting the 2 and 110. Dap me up. I didn't exhaust my single pulls. Oh, do you mean? Oh my god. Long. It just sounds like it's saying long. We're goated. Your single tickets, you had 67 single tickets? Yeah. Oh god, motherfucking damn, bruh. God, motherfucking damn, bruh. God, motherfucking damn, bruh. God, motherfucking damn, bruh. Now what? Yeah, like, shit. We over. It's over. Limbussing company is done. I need thread exchange. Give me thread. Ishmael. Fuck you. Aldous, probably you. Wait, no, I need Ishmael for later. Dawn? Am I really about to sacrifice Dawn? No, you saying... I don't want to sacrifice Heathcliff. We might have to sacrifice Heath. We're sacrificing Dawn. Need 100. Ismail. That was 1,000. Ismail. God damn. Oh, attack wave 4? Ooh. Okay. I see you. Attack wave 3. Attack wave 3. We get man and scabbard. Goddamn, well, we're rich. It's that easy. It's that easy, dude. Ah! 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 Not a single dollar spent. It's because Kim Ji-hoon is... Kim Ji-hoon's under my desk right now giving me sloppy toppy, man. Right now. As we speak. From what I understand, Hong Li's ego is basically Kaioken, including the stacking boost. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what if we just made Full Stop and Whole Lord of Hongyan stronger? Insane idea. Also works with Funny Rock. Gain 2 attack weight? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Ew. 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 Great power plus 2. I know it doesn't have a high base power, but like, ew. Ew. Ugh. Yeah, man, just fuck you. You're dead. You're dying. Tonight. You die tonight. Not my fault, G. You're back? Already? That didn't take long, when we haven't even started the story again. You okay? Dog didn't want to go out. Yeah, the whole stream might be cut short. I'm so fucking tired. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. We've got no... I'm gonna leave the stream off on a high note, and Scorp just started streaming, so we're gonna go raid him. If you enjoyed, feel free to follow. If you didn't, that's no scratch of my back. Join the raid. Scorp is currently looking at some shit. I don't know. Join the raid, otherwise you will never get the egos you want ever again. They'll just be, if you already have them, they'll be removed from your account. Have a great day, and adios. Bye-bye.